Hey guys, and welcome back to another video by me, Blute084 Art and Games. And in this video, I've got a special gift as somebody has ordered something on my Etsy. If it's from the previous episode, or if you saw the last video I made with an animal, and that was for a particular customer, and that customer came back to me and asked me to make a alpaca. And this alpaca is for somebody's birthday. I've, at the recording of this video, forgotten the name of the person, but special thank you for the order, and hopefully you are having a very good birthday and this is a very good gift for you. Let me know if you have watched this video, and give us a thumbs up, and yeah, tell me how your birthday went along. But this is how I made your gift. And like I said, Lisa from the previous dog video, well, she was wanting something for her company, Reading with Roxy, and then she came back to me and said, could I make an alpaca? And that is what we're going to be making, this is what we're going to be making in the video today. It does come with a specific ring for its neck, as this again, you can order yourself something over on Etsy. They do come with a optional ring for the neck to make like a special gift, and this is modelled on a particular animal of the favourite birthday person, of their favourite animal, and yeah, like an alpaca. I had lots of references. I don't think I show you the references in the video, but I do show you over on my TikTok, so don't forget to check that TikTok out. My TikTok, once again, is flashed down below me. It's same name, different place. But yeah, we're going to be going through the steps of how to make the core, how then to make the fur, and get everything in shape, make the face, and then painting the whole thing to, like I said, it has lots of references. I was just going to do a normal alpaca and make it white and fluffy and make it look like an alpaca. But it was very specific on the colouring, and yeah, hopefully I did it proud. And also, if you guys don't know, I do make key rings as well, and that's somewhere in the video. Can't actually remember I put it in this video, but again, it will be up on that TikTok, so don't forget to check those out. Again, if you want to buy anything for yourself like this, or a gift for somebody else, all you got to do is check the link that is in the description. Otherwise, it's flashed down below you. Blute084 Creations. That's etsy.shop/Blute084 Creation. Not Art and Games, because that's where I put all my creations. Otherwise, let's get on with the video, and hopefully you will enjoy. Alright, before I start anything, I've always got to take off all of my rings. And again, if you are interested in this item or item for yourself like this, there are rings available. I do have myself a ringsmith, so you can order anything you've been written on there. I've got a couple rings of myself with my own logo on them, so if you've got a company or something like that and you want to put a logo on there, let me know and we'll work together and get something done for you. But if you are looking for the Etsy post or the listing, this is the one you should be looking for, because this was a previous Mother's Day gift for somebody in my household, and I made them a giraffe, and which is where the idea came from to whether I could make an alpaca. But yeah, first things you'll need is you'll need something like a plastic sheet to put something on. If you're going to be working with clay, do not put it on wood. And getting with the armature side of things, to begin with, get yourself some wire. This is fairly thick wire. You can use thinner stuff, which is what I use for the giraffe, but I went and bought myself some extra thick wire because I wanted to do a bit more of a stronger core to things, have a bit more strength and a bit more flexibility if I was going to leave the wire exposed at all. So yeah, you get yourself your wire, bend it to the animal shape, or the shape that you want to be making. I've actually made a few characters from Moon Knight with this one, which will be coming in a following video how I made those. But yeah, like I was saying, bend everything to shape to get it to what you kind of like, what you want it to be. And after that, the second process is obviously cut things here and there, but keep moulding until you're happy with the shape, and then you start putting on your tin foil. And as you will be putting on your tin foil, I would recommend using tin foil to pack out your sculptures. I wouldn't go straight onto the wire. This is one, so the clay has got somewhere to grip onto, and also it helps to sort of lighten up the figure, for one. And also, if you're working to a particular budget or a particular amount of clay, this will help you make your clay spread a little further, just for if you work in a company like me. But yeah, always pack out your inners or your core with a bit of tin foil. You don't have to be sparing with it, because it goes pretty far, or it goes, as I say, it doesn't go. Yeah, you can use quite as much as tin foil as you like, but don't go stupid and obviously make the whole thing up out of tin foil and then cover it in clay, because you'll end up being a real thick boy and having a bit too much of a problem with that. But yeah, get your basic shape with your wire, then you put your tin foil over it, get that shape that you kind of want, and then you want to start working with the clay. And the references you see down below on the phone, I always work from a reference, even if I'm not. If somebody hasn't given me a reference, if they've got like an animal or certain thing in mind, I'll get myself a reference so I can get everything to a particular shape or length. Because like the legs, I thought the legs would be that long. They're actually quite stubby, so I ended up having to cut quite a bit of wire off to make it look like what an alpaca should look like. Using a reference is very handy. So if you're going to be working, unless it's something completely out of your own mind and you just go in hell to leather and doing with this, I wonder if this will work, then I do recommend using getting yourself a reference. But again, these aren't the references I had, they're just references that was given to me. And we're going to be getting onto the clay now. This is Fimo Soft. I always use Fimo Soft. I haven't used any other clays yet. I do want to get into my some bit of cos clay to see what that can do. But at the moment, I only use polymer clay, and it is the Fimo Soft. They do come in different forms. It's a little bit firmer, but I use Fimo Soft because I don't have anything to really flatten it out or to soften it with. So I use Fimo Soft because it's the easiest thing. It's just like using plasticine or modelling clay, and yeah, it just softens really well. You roll it into a sausage and you get it nice and soft. Rub it in your hands for a minute or two, no longer than a minute or two, and it'll be nice and warm and soft. And then you stick it on to your over your tin foil. Again, the tin foil helps it grip over the wire, because the wire, it tends to need something else to stick it to the wire. But as you're getting around and you're happy with the first thing, this is only stage 1, or I should probably say stage 2 if you like. Now putting on the clay, but get that clay again using your reference to roughly shape out that shape. Don't put any detail to it yet. Bake that up, and once you've baked all of that up, You can start putting on a little bit more detail. I went and made the body first, and then I went around and sorry about that. I went around and started doing the legs. I do this each time I make anything. I bake it 2 or 3, maybe 5 times before I'm completely finished with the whole of the breaking process and of the making process. Now, if you do bake it, it should have recommended heat and length of time to bake it. I generally go on for about 30 minutes at about 220 or a bit lower, gas mark 1 if you've got a gas oven. But yeah, bake it, then start doing a little bit more detail, because what will happen is if you do everything in one go, you'll end up smushing something and you'll end up damaging something that you don't want damaged, and then you've either got to start all over again, or you've got to make more adjustments than you wanted to over and over again, because you'll end up doing one bit and you smush another. It's just recommended to bake it, do a little bit more, bake that, do a little bit more, and so on. Okay, so now we have got the baking all done for that part, and I have now got my actual references that I wanted to use. I got given that I had to use and make it look like that animal there. Now, I'd already made the body, and I thought that's a basic alpaca, and this is where I was like, this animal's a little bit thinner than what I made. So I tried to adjust it a little bit, but I didn't need to do too much adjusting, because you'll see later on that when I put the fur on, it actually makes things a little bit easier. So yeah, getting on to doing the legs. I needed the reference to see what the legs actually would look like, and see if it had a furry fluffy, because at this point I'm not putting any fur yet. I'm just putting on the legs, making sure the legs look like alpaca legs, putting in where the joints will be, and just again working on the core a little bit more. And now that the core and the feet and legs are completely done and cooled down, and obviously been baked and cooled down, again you're going to be baking it, and it'll take approximately 12 hours to, I would say, completely cool down before you can start doing anything else. You can do it earlier, but I tend to leave it cool down of an evening, so I'll bake it in the evening, let it cool overnight, and start again in the morning. Yeah, we've got all the legs, so I'm not worried that I'm going to be smushing the legs, because again you can see how much I'm pushing down onto this while I make the head, or head shape. And if I'd done everything together, by now I would have bent the legs up, and I would have smushed the body too much. I would have unshaped a lot of the body. But yeah, we're doing the head now. And again, alpaca has got a very specific shape of head. Again, they've got very long snout, which I kind of tried to replicate. I did very best, and this was one of my favourite things, because it took me extremely out of my comfort zone, because I tried to put as much detail in with my handy dandy tools. Again, if you want to get yourself some tools, you don't have to use premium stuff. These here are just a plastic basic tool set. You can get them from any craft shop, or something like Amazon. Go for the cheap stuff. But you don't need to have all these extra bits that when you see on YouTubes or whatever. It's like, oh, get this premium, blah 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 blah. You don't need that. You can use any kind of tools. You can even use a kitchen knife or something like that, as long as it's got the shape that you need. But I'm going to be using all these tools to shape out the face, and then I'll bake it one more time. Okay, so right, we're getting into the fur part of it. I had to thicken out the neck a little bit. Again, if I knew how thin the neck was going to be on the actual reference, I would have gone a little bit thinner and I would have used less of tin foil, but I didn't. Again, I'm trying to use just a small amount of clay just to add over the fur layer, just like giving it a coat. I'm putting it over the top, putting it in bits and bobs, and just sort of packing it out in certain areas again, because the chest area or the lower neck was a lot bulkier than I was imagining. So that helped to by putting over a bit of polymer clay, and you'll see how I create the fur effect using the tool. It's just a little dab 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 here and there, like not scoring it, but like almost half stabbing it, if you like a curled stab. You'll see what I mean in a moment. But yeah, once again, I was like, I don't know how to do fur, not properly, and this was another learning thing. So thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to create fur, because it's another learning curve on how to make like a curly fur. And yeah, we'll let you do that, and we'll bake it one more time. There's the fur all done, and then I've gone and baked that one again. I thought to myself, if I do the legs, I am gonna smush the body, because I was picking it up a lot, and when I was picking it up, it was quite a warm day, and my hands were quite warm, and so the Fimo Soft was like almost it was getting very squashed, and I didn't want to ruin the fur that I'd already done. So I went ahead and baked that, let it cool down, and then got myself started on the legs. Did the same process as I did over the body and the neck, with a bit of clay, thin bit of clay over the top, and then did the stabby curly for the fur effect on the legs. They were a little bit more fluffier than when I was expecting. So before making the legs, I sort of thought ahead of myself, don't make the legs too thick, because I want to be putting fur onto them, and that's what I've done. And yeah, hopefully it turns out alright to what you think. Here's that keyring I was showing you at the beginning. Because it's a customer on Etsy, I generally try and put in something a little bit free, generally a keyring or a magnet. So again, if you are going to order from me, link is down below, and you will get a little bit of a freebie to go along with what you've made. This was an alpaca, as you can see here. All that is cooled down and baked, and we're now ready to get on with the painting. I'm using acrylic paints. These here are, I wouldn't say they're the best paints, but I do enjoy using them. They're quite liquidy, and they have just a slight bit of too much varnish to the finish, but that can be avoided by using a little bit more water and using that white paint there. It's got high viscosity, which helps to thicken things up a little bit. But yeah, using that reference once again, making sure I'm getting the colours in correct places. That doesn't, it looks like a dead, but he's not, he's lying down. And yeah, just getting that those basic colours down, using a little bit of white, a little bit of black, and trying to make a grey, because again I thought it'd be a white alpaca, but it was a very had lots of patches of different colours all over the animal, and yeah, I just dab a little bit here and there. For the prime, this is almost oh, I forgot to say actually, before this I did give it a primer coat, which is something I would recommend doing. It's giving it a primer coat, just of a thin, like watered down version of a white, or if you're going to be doing dark colours, you can use like a brown or a black to go over the whole thing, just to give that clay one layer, as it should soak in a little bit, as this is not air drying clay or bake, general clay. It takes differently to paint, so give it a one-over coat and then start putting on your detailed colours or your basic colours, and then put your details underneath. Again, we use a grey to patch it here and there. I use a little bit of black here and there as well, and I use a little bit of brown, because this blooming animal has so many different colours in it, and like little patches, like a Dalmatian, little blobs here and there. Just a little bit of something before I get close to the end of the video. If you're going to be using paintbrushes, again, you don't need to use the high brand stuff. You can use again the cheaper versions, but I would recommend getting yourself different sizes brushes. You don't want to stick to one brush, you want to go with a thinner brush, you want to get a fatter brush for the primer coats, and you want a sort of medium to thin brush for a lot of detail as well. So that does help if you get yourself different shape, different size brushes to do different things. And we're done. Like I said, this was an alpaca for a particular birthday present, and hopefully I did them proud. Here's the complete and final finished thing, because I know I didn't show everything that I did on the paintwork at the end, and I didn't show you how to do the ring. Oh, sorry, not how to do the ring, but where I got the ring from. But you can order them for yourself as well. But yeah, there's one alpaca called Whisper, ready for the customer. Hopefully you have enjoyed this video, and again, hopefully you have had a very good birthday and this has made your day. Otherwise, thank you very much for watching. My name once again is Blute084 Art and Games, and to find your own, check the description down below for etsy.shop/Blute Creations. Bye for now. You still here? Oh, that means you haven't hit subscribe. Do that. Oh, and while you're at it, you can check out another video. If you haven't done that, go do that. If you don't want to subscribe, that's totally fine. But you gotta go check out another video. One of them. Go on. Go. Oh, while you're there, don't forget to hit that thumbs up. Gotta make sure you hit that thumbs up. It lets me know that you like these videos. Well, go on then. Yeah, you've seen me make that one. Go and check it. Go and check the video. Go do it. Go do it. They're right here. And here. Maybe somewhere here. I don't really know where I'm going to put them yet. Do it. I've got coffee to drink.